Shakti, the co-founder of Spiritual Alignment, and I am presenting to you another weekly live. This is our last live for the entire year. This is the last live of 2022. Can you believe it? Yeah. It's surreal to come to realization how this whole entire year has passed. So yeah, today's the last live. And I want to say that if you are watching this live anywhere else besides the Spiritual Alignment Collective group, please join the group because today's live is going to be even more interactive than how we have operated in the past. So, and I will be monitoring comments only in one space. So if you are watching me live anywhere else, YouTube, any other pages on Facebook, please hop on to Spiritual Alignment Collective Facebook group. And that is where we're really trying to build community where folks can drop in together and develop that authentic connection with one another as we grow on this path. And to some of you, it may be a path that you have known about for a while. And to others, it may be exploration of a path. And as long as the spark is there, to just curiosity, this spark, to know what else is out there, how else can I improve my life, how else can I have better mental, emotional health, how else can I, tap into deeper trust into my being. Spiritual Alignment Collective group is to be the place for us to hang and talk about these philosophical questions, really share experiences. So again, invitation to you to join me in the group. And if you are watching this live from the group, please say hi. Please let me know that you're here. Please let me know that you're watching. There's a whole beautiful co-creation that takes place energetically. And I would love to feel your energy this morning. And with that, I am just opening up my own group so I can see your comments. There you go. I can see myself. All right. And if you are watching this live later, you're watching a replay, please put a comment, hashtag replay, or whatever feels inspiring to you. I would love to connect with you after this event and just see how what we talked about today resonated with you, what questions are coming up. So yeah, please drop your hellos so we can connect here. And let's see. Yeah, today we are stepping into more just an energy update of what's happening in the collective right now. A few tips that I have been guided to share in the group. And from there, we're going to do a 15-minute, or I would, rather say a short meditation practice together. So please get comfy. Please make some space for this live. And, grab your journal, your pen, if you feel comfortable that way. Grab an eye mask if that makes you more comfortable and create space to go deeper into your meditative space today. This is the last live of the year, so we're going to make this as valuable as possible to serve the community. And I see Mitesh saying, hey there, hello. Thank you for joining me, Mitesh. And appreciating your presence today. I haven't seen Mitesh all day yet. Well, it's only 9 a.m. here. So I'm sure I'll see more of him. But yeah, good to see you hopping on the chat. All right. Oh, Hazel says, good morning. Hi, Hazel, good morning. Where in the world are you? I would love to know. Are you also in America, North America area? Are you somewhere else? I would love to know. All right. All right, Hazel says she is in New Jersey. All right, beautiful. Mitesh and I got married in New Jersey, so it is a special place for us. um, yeah, feeling you from New Jersey, Hazel. Thank you, and Mitesh, thank you for being here too. All right, I'm just taking a moment to just tune in and really set the space here. Really set the space, a sweet space for us to go within today. And I'm just making this as big as possible, really grounding the space, connecting the space to Gaia, creating a lot of light here for us to receive today, for us to just connect with. And let's just take 3 deep breaths. Let's together collectively. We have about 4 people on the chat. Let's imagine we're sitting together, holding our hands, and let's take 3 deep breaths with the intention of really calming in our bodies. Whatever we were doing before, wherever we are in the world, whatever is going on in our minds, just acknowledging it and really coming to your heart center by taking 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Ooh. Take a moment to just feel this hand on your heart. You can place a hand on your belly. And we're just opening the space with the right boundaries. We are only inviting truth to flow in the space, only the love and light to flow in the space. We want knowledge that takes us more into the realm of empowerment. We want knowledge that takes us more in deeper connection with our own truth that we may be experiencing. And there any distractions or any energy that takes us away from this intention can be released. Allowing it all to release here in the space. Creating safety among ourselves, safety to feel, safety to be ourselves. There's no pretense needed, no mask needed. Just us being us is welcome in the space, invited in the space today. And we are going to just do a short invocation to the Devi, to the goddess, the divine mother. So you are welcome to breathe through this and hear me invoke her. You're welcome to join me in singing if you know what I'm singing. I am singing a Devi prayer. Devi means goddess in Sanskrit. And we are inviting this divine mother to really hold the space for us today. And I'm going to chant the sweet mantra 3 times, and you're welcome to Just feel in your body and breathe with it. And notice what comes up as you hear these sounds. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shaktirupena Sanstita Namastabhye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrarupena Sanstita Namastabhye 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Siddhirupena Sanstita Namastabhye 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 Namo Namaha. And taking another deep breath with this invocation. This is the invocation for the sweet Divine Mother to hold space for us. This is a salutation to her. We invited her three forms, the form of power, the form of her motherly instincts, the form of her intuitiveness, her siddhis, her gifts, and allowing all of that to hold space for us today. And with that, let's take a deep breath in. Go ahead, gently open your eyes if you had them closed. There we go. All right, so we are stepping into energy update. If you just joined this live stream, please do say hello. I would love to feel your energy. And again, if you are live anywhere else on the internet, if you're watching us anywhere, please do take a moment to join the Spiritual Alignment Collective group. This is where I will be connecting with most of you, and this is where it's going to be a more interactive experience, which is something I'm really craving for and ready for. So yeah, if you're here, do say hello. I would love to feel you. All right, so Christopher said hello. Hi, Christopher, how are you? Simmer says hello, Shakti. Hey, Simmer, how are you? Welcoming you both in to the circle. So I took some notes today, as right before this live, I was going into kind of meditation and asking for guidance on what wants to be shared today. So I want to share that there is a lot of energetic intensity that a lot of people are feeling. And if you are sensitive like me, you may have felt this like intensity in the air. And it can feel like restlessness at times. It can feel like anxiety. It can feel like this like discomfort or this subtle feeling of like, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel this motivation. I don't feel excitement right now. And if this is describing how you've been feeling, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you on what exactly you are feeling in your experience. So what's really happening is there is a pretty massive rebirth taking place for each one of us at a soul level. So it's not really about our human, I mean, everything affects our human setup and what we feel in our body, but there is something more greater happening right now, which is we are being brought into this cycle of rebirthing where we are ascending. So this is a whole new cycle of ascension taking place, and we are really rebirthing into greater purpose at the level of our soul. Why? Because the energy on the planet has been changing a lot, since the pandemic, you have noticed, and even beyond, like since 2012, since like 2002, this era we have been in, there's been a lot of different cycles that have been taking place, and it's been happening more subtly over the years. But since the pandemic, everything is been speeding up. So right now we are in another big cycle of ascension, and things are speeding up, and we are really rebirthing ourselves as souls on how do we want to spend the next 10 years, the next 20 years, the next 5 years, on earth. What are we going to create? What purpose are we stepping in as souls? Because a lot of the purpose that we wanted to fulfill in the beginning of our lifetime when we were born has been sort of fulfilled, and some of that is fulfilled, a lot of that is fulfilled, a lot of that is still not fulfilled. And this new place we are at, it's helping us rediscover new ways of stepping into either that same purpose or make this purpose more expansive for us. So if you have been feeling a bit off for the last, several days since last full moon, I would say it was October 7th. And if you've been feeling in the last 1 week a bit like not like yourself, please know you are not the only one feeling that way. I am standing right with you, and folks who have been on this journey of awakening, folks who have developed a greater amount of sensitivity, we know that something is happening. Folks who are almost like becoming aware of this world, this, all these energies for the first time, you may feel all of a sudden just more emotional. You may feel all of a sudden, restless, and you don't know what it is about. And, where the mind is so used to leading things, and people need to have like structure and plans and know exactly where we're going. This is a lot different than that. This can throw you off in your path, and it can create this like level of also disassociation from your feelings. So right now we are asked to really facilitate this rebirth. We are asked to go deep in the depths of our being, and this is almost like stepping into the state of gestation. You know how when a baby, before being born, the baby is held by her mom, his mom in the womb, and there's a level of descent that happens. It's like there's a lot happens, when a woman is pregnant, when a baby is in utero, so much happens, and you'll see folks going into pregnancy experience a lot of times have very intense experiences, and all that is the baby taking a descent in her mom's body and feeling and kind of experiencing a lot of things that they want to feel in their entire lifetime. So the way we're really asked to step into this descent so that we can go deeper into our beings more, and we can do that by really letting our feelings guide us forward, by letting our emotions to really flow freely. And it may be like a surprise for a lot of people, because as a society we're not used to feeling our emotions as much. Emotions have been like almost considered not good thing to feel. But that is the call of the hour, is to allow your feelings to really lead the show, really lead the way forward. We are also, the reason I did this invocation of Divine Mother is that we are really doing the work with Divine Mother right now. The Divine Mother, the Cosmic Mother, and not everybody know this, but I have read stories in Hinduism, like these really ancient stories of how the universe was formed. And every culture has different definition around this, different stories around this. So just take what you believe in and go with it. What resonates with me is that reading some of these really old stories and coming to the realization that this cosmos was given birth by Divine Mother, and it makes sense. Like, as female, we are the ones who grow a tiny human in our body. We're the ones, giving birth. So back in the days, how this like entire cosmos came into existence is through birth by Divine Mother. And it just feels like we're going back to that state of rebirthing Gaia at this point. And we are doing that with the help, with the support, with the nurturing, with the care of Divine Mother. Now, what does that mean to us at an individual level is develop a relationship with Divine Mother. And some of you may have it already. A lot of us have it already, but this is, every culture has Divine Mother, right? You have Mother Mary, you have all these beautiful Hindu goddesses. You just have these examples, these like ascended masters who walk on the planet, these deities that have been holding this motherly light. And now is the time to reinstate that relationship and go deeper into it and really, come to the space of surrendering whatever is not working, whatever is getting you frustrated, whatever triggers, light ups are coming up in your experiences, offering all of that to Divine Mother and just asking her to take it away. And just like in any birth, your work with your mother and father, your biological parents in this lifetime for this identity is also going to be important right now. And also knowing with the discretion that as you're going through a lot of this kind of churning and growth and rebirthing, so are they. And they are, as humans, they're pretty limited in supporting you, but there is value in having that open communication and have both of you come together in that open, honest communication so that the whole family line can grow together. So that is feeling like an important task right now. And it is really allowing yourself kind of space to to be gentle with yourself, to really be gentle with yourself. And I'll give you an example. Like some days, you know how we all have to-do lists, we all have things to do, and we're like, I haven't made any progress with this one task, and I wanted to do it like 5 days ago, right? And like, I must be so dumb to not care about this. I am just so stupid to not act on this. I must be procrastinating. I must be so lazy. Please free yourself from all of these judgments, all of these critical voices. And sometimes, what I'm asking for maybe too out there, and my invitation to you is that when these voices start taking over, to really come back to your breath and starting to develop this kind of discretion. Is that true? Do I need to be so perfect on top of things? Or can I just meet myself here in gentleness? Can I meet myself here in compassion? Can I meet myself here in empathy? And that is really my invitation to you. And allowing your emotions to flow. So some of you may have like full-time jobs and have to go to work. It's like almost like making things bare minimum right now, where you can strip away all the extra demand that may be piled up. And it's like you may have 5 projects to do, and to kind of simplify, pick a project, pick a task that feels exciting to you, and making that decision day by day, moment by moment, and really picking that one thing to do, keeping all these demands bare minimum, so that there's less pressure, this outside pressure, less demand on you, and there can be more space created for you to have all that is coming up in your feeling space. And one example is that you may be working, and all of a sudden you may feel almost going kind of disconnected within your body, or feeling too overwhelmed with your emotions. I would love for you to give yourself this like radical permission to take a break and say, and normalize that for you. I don't need to do anything right now until and unless I tend to myself, until and unless I connect with myself, I breathe in my body. And sometimes for a lot of us, we're not used to this level of living, right? We're not used to taking breaks. We're used to just strive to be perfect and meet these demands perfectly. And there's a whole recommitment that wants to happen is with you, with your heart, with this sensitive part of you, and allowing her or him space to just feel and express and come back to breath. So what is really going to help you anchor on kind of when you get into this like a lot of feelings, a lot of overwhelm, you can break these patterns, this like cycle, by anchoring on comfort, keeping yourself comfortable. Like how for a baby is swaddled, right? When a baby is born, the whole focus of a mother is to keep the baby comfortable, and in that process she swaddles the baby, she so that the babies can feel like safe as if they're in the womb, take care of her needs, her food, her diaper changes and all that. So the comfort is important. And some days for me the comfort is really taking my hand and placing on my heart and just breathing. This is how I go to sleep these days. It's like I'm not going to abandon myself. I'm going to just offer myself plenty of kindness and plenty of trust. And I'm going to be with my body no matter what happens. I'm going to be here now, and I'm going to just breathe through it. And Also anchoring on pleasure, what feels pleasurable to you, because right now your body is releasing a lot and it can go into pain easily. So really shifting the momentum and bring yourself to pleasure. Beauty is, it is always so helpful. Beauty is in nature, right? So be out there, sit under trees, walk bare feet on the ground, really ground yourself, your body nicely during this time, and pay attention to what is beautiful in your world. Especially when things start to get too mental, we'll come back to the heart and look around on what feels so perfect right now, what feels so beautiful in this room right now. That I got them, and they're so perfect. Size for me to hold, the sound that they create is so perfect, and just like finding things that you can anchor on in your experience. And then connection with people. Oh my goodness, such a medicine. No matter what kind of day you're having, the moment you talk to people and connect from your heart, it just turns everything around. And I would love for you to have more of this. And this group is such a powerful place to be at, because a lot of us are so similar. We are all sensitive souls. We may have different degrees of sensitivity. We're all on this like path in a way. Again, some are exploring what the path could look like. Some are kind of vetted in the path. And this is really nice, just, to really open up and drop those curtains, drop those veils, drop those like things that keep us separated, and really, hey, anyone available to chat? I am here, or I'm feeling this way. Anyone else feels this way? Things like that are a really good conversation starter for, especially when we want to anchor on our conversation and authenticity. If you want authentic conversation, start with authenticity. If you want heart-centered conversation, start with your heart. Open up that heart big and wide and really share with people where you are and how you want to be supported. And another thing that wants to come forward is play and humor. Look, guys, and no one is gonna get out of this whole phase alive. We have winter upon us, so try to find some play in your day, some humor in your day. And humor is such a powerful medicine. We get so serious trying to feel everything, and the moment humor comes, we just clear so much energy so much more faster. So if when things feel a lot monotonous, come step into fear, watch a movie that is hilarious, find these like memes out there, find these opportunities to play more, play in snow, play in rain, whatever life throws at you, right? Whatever circumstances are, situations are, go play, go be silly. Don't worry about anybody's judgments. You just be you. And that's all matters. Take all these like fall leaves. If you're in northern hemisphere of the earth, take all these fall leaves, all these like, dried up leaves, put them in a bucket and throw them on top of you. Be silly, be a clown if you need to. Try, see how that feels. And yeah, and another thing is prioritizing your physical rest like nothing else. Your rest is also like naps are amazing at breaking the flow of overwhelm. Sometimes we kind of go into these thought patterns that run on a loop, and no matter what we do, we know that it's not us, right? A lot of times, but we don't know. I mean, it just is there. If nothing else works, go switch off everything, all the devices, go take a nap. Best thing ever, take a nap. And try not to make sense of why stuff is happening. Are you losing your mind? Blah, blah, blah. Just be with it. Just be with it without judgment, without any having to proving yourself to anyone, without having to logically explain what's happening to you and to others. Just be yourself and be with it, whatever is coming up, and know that a lot of these really old stories are coming up for release, and they're just going to they just want to be acknowledged that they're there, the feelings are there, and once they acknowledge, they're going to go away. So returning to your breath and getting a lot of rest is going to help your body purge a lot of these much faster. So I am going to pause and see how you are resonating with this update, some of these tips that I shared today. What questions are coming up? I am just going to pause here, take myself a quick water break, and I would love to hear from you. There's a little bit of a lag on with the live streaming, so if you see me taking very random pauses, just know that there's lag, or you write something and I don't right away get it. Please know that I will get to it. Just working with this construct of time and space on the internet. Yeah, so take a moment, please. Let me know, how is this resonating? How are you feeling? I would love to know, how are you feeling? And I don't know, Hazel, if you're still on, Mabesh, Simmer, Christopher, and I see Khadija. Khadija, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but I would love to know how you are feeling. How are you navigating these times? Are you feeling sensitive to what I'm describing, or is it like, yeah, I mean, this is great info, Shakti, but right now I'm not feeling too sensitive to the energies you're describing? Because we are all on a spectrum, right? In our feeling space, in how sensitive we are to our thought patterns, how sensitive we are to our emotions, our feeling. It's a whole spectrum. And it's very much possible that I, have this perspective, and I'm receiving this in my reality. This is playing out, in the front and center. There's like a whole thing my life is revolving around. And for you, it may be like, well, I am simply showing up at work, finishing my work, and getting, good naps and like good rest at night. And that's all that's playing out. And that's completely okay. It doesn't mean that what's happening in your world or what's happening in my world is wrong. It's just that we are on a spectrum, and that's okay. That's completely okay to have different experiences. Yeah. All right, I'm reading Simmer's comment. I'm feeling good, but yes, some days are low, and I do all those things you have mentioned. It really helps. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing, and acknowledging some days are low and some days are okay. And I have noticed, Simmer, that on those low days, when I don't fight them, when I give myself permission to, it's okay, Shakti, you're in a void. It's okay if you are not feeling good. It's okay if you are feeling like you're feeling nothingness, like there's nothing to be excited about, there's nothing to work towards, there's nothing to share with the world. What that does, that permission, that acknowledgement, that acceptance of it, of those low days, what that does is it just helps us process them so much more with ease, right? Because whatever happens in a reality, right, the suffering is always of the mind. And what mind does is tries to fight, resist, resist, resist. And the more it does it, the more bigger it gets. And I notice that when on those days when I step into the permission, the acceptance, I feel a lot more at ease in processing. And then a lot of these things just work naturally. So, yeah, thank you for sharing your experience. Anybody else wants to share? All right. Okay. So let's step into a meditative space and just take a moment to be comfortable. You can lie down for this. You can sit up with your eyes closed. I want you to feel into your body and kind of come to the conclusion what is most comfortable for you. And remember, no one can see you, you're not on camera, so you have full space and permission to do that. What is most comfortable for your body? And go ahead, step into that space, step into kind of that laying position, step into that sitting position. And I would love for you to just take your hand and place it on your heart. You can take in the other hand and place it on your belly if that helps, and just kind of feeling your breath. You can feel your heartbeat too, but really tracking that breath. How is that moving in the body? And let's take one deep breath, and let's take this deep breath with the permission of meeting yourself, whatever came up in the conversation we had earlier, but I'm letting it go so that you can be present with your body in this experience, what is happening right now. Inhale. Allowing your breath to slow down. And allowing your breath to exhale out any energy that have you be in resistance to whatever is playing out in your life right now, resistance to anything that's unfolding for you. And taking your breath with acceptance for your being, acceptance for who you are, acceptance for all that is showing up in your reality right now. And anytime distractions come up, what am I doing here? What is Shakti doing with me? Any other thought of non-safety, distractions, any kind of mental chatter, bringing it back to your breath, allowing yourself to step into this part of your beingness. How does it feel to just be? And again, if anxiety comes in, restlessness comes in for any reason, take a deep breath right here. Acknowledge it and release it with your exhale. There you go. Keep breathing. Again, when distractions come up, gently bring yourself back to breath. And all you're doing right now is just to give yourself a moment of silence, a moment of peace, a moment of quiet to connect with yourself. All right. And what I would love you to do, I would love to invite you on a journey in just this place of being. Let's take a walk, and you can visualize yourself taking a walk. Notice where you're walking towards, where you're walking from. Give it a meaning. Give it a meaning based on how you feel. In your visualization, where are you walking from and where are you walking towards? Using it as a metaphor of your journey that you are taking during this time. And noticing yourself, are you looking excited in taking this journey? Are you looking sad? Are you looking, feeling confused where I'm going? Are you feeling confused with how to even visualize? Come back to your breath if that's happening, if you start to deviate from that beingness, coming back to your breath. I'm trying again. Imagine you walking and take a moment to acknowledge how you're looking, as if like you can visualize yourself walking, as if you can be an observer and watch yourself walking. How are you looking? Are you looking confused? Are you looking, trying to solve for where you're going, wanting to have a plan? Are you enjoying that walk? And just acknowledge nothing needs to be changed. All that is needed today is your presence and acknowledgement and your breath. So coming back to your breath, take a deep breath right here. And take a moment to turn towards your back and notice where you're walking from. What is this old part of you that you're walking away from? What are you leaving behind? What are you letting go? What's in the past that you are releasing yourself from, and acknowledging it. Again, if it brings up any memories, if it brings up any feelings, go ahead, take a breath right here. And looking forward, turning your attention forward and noticing where you're walking towards now. And noticing how your feelings shift. As you focus on where you're going, what happens in your physical sensation, what happens in your body. Does it begin to feel different? Does it begin to feel lighter? Does it feel any different? Noticing that, acknowledging it, and you may notice where you're heading in this phase of your evolution, in this phase of your journey, phase of your purpose, your rebirth. Where are you heading? And let a feeling come to you. Let a feeling show up. And give you information on physical sensation, feeling, just being with it, accepting it, breathing with it. And what I would like you to do is to take a moment to reflect on what steps, what path feel most exciting for you to take to get to that space where you're heading, what you're creating in your future. What steps feel just right in your heart? What steps feel exciting? Maybe it's about a daily practice. Maybe it's about committing to doing one thing that feels just right in this moment. Maybe it's about working with someone. Maybe it's about receiving support. Maybe it's about giving support. Maybe it's about having more authentic conversation at work, in your personal life. Maybe it's about connecting with your partner more. Maybe it's about connecting with your kids more. Maybe it's about parents, whatever. Maybe it's just about you having more self-care time. Whatever is that one thing that is showing up in your experience right now that feels like the right thing for you to do, just making a note of that, acknowledging it. And coming back to your breath. Whenever you start to deviate away, just returning back to your breath. And go ahead, take a big breath in with all this information, all this kind of understanding that you developed of yourself. Take a big breath to really bring it into your body. Inhale. Gently wiggle your toes, your fingers, open your eyes. Give your body a stretch. Give yourself a hug for really making it this far with this meditation. Yeah, this is all I have available to share today. And if you are watching this right now, I would love to hear how did this practice resonated with you, and anything that is coming up for you to share. I understand that a lot of us are not good at feeling, but many of us are good at feeling, especially the sensitive ones. So share in the comments what came up as you went through these prompts, this short exercise, this short meditation. I would love to hear. And I personally found it, I didn't plan on doing this, but I found it very valuable for me personally. A lot of this is intuitive process. So, I don't come in always knowing what will happen during these days. But I personally got a lot out of it, knowing what I am working on, what I'm releasing from my space, walking away from, completing chapters around, and where I'm heading. And it's so good to have these visions, otherwise, to anchor on, otherwise, it's so easy to feel lost in the process. So, yeah, I would love to hear what showed up in your experience as you reconnected with yourself today. And also want to share that the invitation to intuitive awakening is still active. If you feel a call, if it is on showing up as a path of excitement for you to tap into your inner voice, tap into your intuitiveness, to really define, to really keep anchoring on where you're heading, to receive new visions for yourself, to really step into more of that truth, more of that soul truth that you are. You're not just this human being with this story in this lifetime. You're something so much more grander than that. And for folks who are feeling the excitement to really connect with that grandness, to really bring in that embodiment of that grandness, I want you to know that the doors are open. There are some, the curriculum is really powerful. And a lot of people in the past have gone through plenty of transformations before. And there are scholarships available for folks who are feeling the pull to join, but are finding it hard to use resources and means, or having the right means. Please get in touch with me, share your excitement with me. I would love to share what all the excitement that's cooking on my end around the curriculum, around how we're going to move forward together. And I would love to connect. That's all I have to share today. And let's see. Mitesh says, thank you for helping us come back to ourselves. You are very welcome, Mitesh. I would love to hear what showed up for you, where you're heading on your path as we're closing on 2022 and stepping into 2023. Yeah, it's such an exciting time. It's also a time of being, coming more present with ourselves, but it's also a time to redefine things and create new things. So, if you find yourself in this kind of void and nothingness, please know this is a time where you're setting really big intentions. And that's going to not only are pivotal times for this lifetime for you, but this is a pivotal time for your soul in a great expansion. So please know that you are exactly where you need to be. And yeah, this is our last life for the year. And next year, we're going to be on a bi-weekly schedule instead of weekly schedule. I would love to make more space for my containers, intuitive awakening and intuitive mastery. And I would like to serve this community by coming on live once a month, and once a month Mitesh will come on live. So between the two of us, we're going to be on a bi-weekly schedule going forward, so that we can spend so much more time and energy supporting our clients, our individual students, more in a group setting and a one-on-one setting. And if working with us calls you, we would love to connect with you, and we would love to serve you. There's so much more depth you can explore and transformations you can create when you're met in that depth. So one-on-one work is great, and group work is great too, because the group work has such powerful collective agreement to grow. And that's also another powerful way of growing into new year. And with that, I am going to complete this live stream today. Enjoy the rest of your time, the remaining time in 2022, and may your 2023 is going to be just expansive and always possible in your power, in your wisdom, in your safety, in your groundedness, in your intellect, in your presence and your embodiment. And the spiritual alignment team, myself, Mitesh, all the marketing team that's helping us, we're all here to serve you. And we stand strong and firm in our commitment to continue to serve you, continue to keep putting out inspiring tidbits and comments and lives, and anything that comes up as question, please feel free to reach out to us anytime. Okay, thank you so much.